Oftentimes for a director, that's his cast, and how that cast has been moving around in whatever this space is. Sometimes you get more than that, and that's wonderful. But what I'm really looking for at that beginning part is how he sees the characters moving in whatever this environment is. Does he see them? Is a lot of walk and talk, a lot of movement? It's very important to know where he sees the camera. Is it simply a master and an A and a B, or is it a moving master and a dirty two? And is there, is the camera up high, down low? What is it he's seeing in the playing of that scene? Because that's one of the most important things, is when it comes down to the design of that set, is where the camera is going to be. And that's important to know, not only for what is going to be, where the walls are going to be, or the ceiling, or the floor, what the materials, the treatments on those surfaces are going to be, but what's between the camera and those surfaces as far as the furniture and where it is, and the height of the furniture, or the width of the furniture, or what he's seeing in his mind as far as how the camera works has a great influence on what I would do in the design of the set. So that's the first thing I always try to have the director explain to me, is as clearly as they can how they see the scene through the camera's eye. Once I have that information, then I know that I can design a set that accurately satisfies that. Maybe I don't need a ceiling. Maybe I don't have to worry about the floor, because it's never going to be in what I call the picture plane. We're never looking down, we're never looking up. It's always sort of straight into a wall. Or maybe it's all the above, and every surface is important. And that's also information that becomes incredibly helpful later on when it comes down to doing budgeting and explaining to producers about why things are what they are. But back to the set, once we've had those things, usually out of that, and almost always part of that conversation, begins the conversations about wall textures and ceiling textures or floor textures, then furniture textures, and are we shiny, are we dull, are we bright, are we coarse, are we smooth, are we metallic, are we organic? There's all from what they're seeing, and very importantly also is the lighting, and what kind of fenestrations are in all the walls. Is it a lot of windows, no windows, a window? Is it all top lit skylight, or so there's an incredible amount of information that comes out of how they see it. And generally directors are very comfortable talking about how they see the scene shot. They're not so comfortable necessarily talking about the things that the art department does. This isn't always true, but for a lot of directors find it less relaxing for them to talk about finishes and surfaces and materials and colors, but they're very comfortable talking about how they see it shot. And really that's, it's your job as a designer to help them on all the other stuff and to bring things in. And it's your job as a designer to really understand what it is they're seeing, because therein are the clues for what you're going to do. And as I alluded to a moment ago, there will always be discussions that one will have to have with production managers and with construction managers and with producers to validate what it is that you've designed, whether it's more than what was in the budget or less than what's in the budget. And without having had that information and them understanding what the director wants, it'll make that very difficult.